This is the President's FY 2018 budget. The name on the cover is the New Foundation for American Greatness. Okay? As I read through it over the weekend, as I did, in fact, we've been working on this since before I actually got here, it struck me that the title should have been different, that the title should have been a taxpayer first budget, because that's what this is. And as I was trying to reconcile those two things, well, it's called the New Foundation for American Greatness, but I wanted to call it the Taxpayer First Budget. It struck me that that was what was really new, or one of the things that was new about this budget. That we looked at this budget through the eyes of the people who were actually paying the bills. I think for years and years, we've simply looked at a budget in terms of the folks who are on the back end of the programs, the recipients of the taxpayer money, and we haven't spent nearly enough time focusing our attention on the people who pay the taxes. I got a couple questions yesterday. I know I will today about compassion. Compassion needs to be on both sides of that equation. Yes, you have to have compassion for folks who are receiving the federal funds, but also you have to have compassion for the folks who are paying it. And that is one of the things that is new about this President's budget. What else is new? It's new in that it balances for the first time in at least 10 years. The last time we looked, we couldn't find a President Obama budget that balanced ever. I think he tried a couple times to convince us that primary balance, which was balance without regard for interest payments on the debt, was balance. We reject that. We get to an actual balance on this budget within the 10-year window. It begins to reduce the size of the debt relative to the size of the economy in year one. Okay? That's how important it was and is to this president to try and bring some fiscal discipline. Again, if you're looking through the perspective of the people who pay, you'd like to be able to tell them at some point in the foreseeable future you're going to be able to balance. The previous administration completely gave up on that. As I've said before to the previous administration, if you borrow money, if I take money from you and I have no intention of ever giving it back, that is not debt, that is theft. And if we're going to borrow money from people, we have to have a plan for how we are going to pay it back. And that's what this budget does, and that's one of the things that is new about this budget.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.